Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Good Morning Fantasy. It is Tuesday, February 1st, and today we have another fun one. We're going to be talking about my 2022 Super Bowl predictions, and we're going to be doing a 2020 rookie redraft from the 2020 Dynasty rookie class. It's going to be a fun show today, guys. It's going to be a good one, and I hope you guys are having a great day. It is 8:30 a.m. as usual, and it's going to be another great episode. Let's get it started with talking about the Super Bowl predictions. AFC and NFC championship games this weekend were absolutely incredible. The NFL playoffs this year, honestly, was like the best I've ever seen in a very long time. I mean, who can remember the last time we saw playoffs this good? I mean, multiple overtimes, multiple insane games. I mean, in the divisional round before the conference championship round, we had 4 games and then a game-winning field goal, and it's going to be hopefully another Super Bowl. That's an amazing game. Akash is here saying that was your idea for the rookie draft. Yeah, it was. Love you. I love you. You want to come on? Akash, I didn't know you'd get up this early. Do you want to come on? You can come on the show if you want right now, or you can come on the next show if you want. I don't care. If you're free right now, you can get in here. Let me know in the chat. Anyway, Akash might hop in. My handsome man over here might hop in the show. But yeah, today we have a fun show. We have Super Bowl matchup breakdown and a 2020 rookie redraft dynasty stuff. It's going to be fun. Going to be looking at the 2020 class of Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Jonathan Taylor, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, Henry Ruggs, Jalen Reagor, T. Higgins, CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, and much more. It's going to be a fun one. I have the ADP pulled up over here from 2020 rookie drafts. So Akash said he's having breakfast right now. Ruben might be asleep. If you're going in 15 minutes, I might if he's awake. Yeah, I'll be on for 15 minutes. I think I want to do every show for at least 20. So I should be here, Akash, if you come back and you're ready to go. But anyway, let's talk about the Super Bowl matchups here. NFC Championship game, we had the LA Rams versus the San Francisco 49ers. I personally predicted that the 49ers are going to win because they had won the last 6 meetings between the two teams, between the 49ers and Sean McVay's LA Rams. But the Rams did not get upset by the 49ers this time, and they actually took care of business. It was a close game, though. Deebo Samuel tried so hard to carry the 49ers to victory, but Jimmy Garoppolo held them back, as usual. They also dropped a huge game-winning potential interception really late in the game. I don't know if you guys have not seen that yet or not, but the 49ers defensive back had an interception right in his chest, man, with his hands out, ready for it, and he just dropped it. It was pretty depressing for them, to be quite frank. What's going on, Cameron? Good morning. How are you doing? Welcome to the show. Oh, gosh, can't talk. Thank you for being here. And then on the AFC Championship side, we have the Bengals and the Chiefs. That was one of the best games I've also seen in a very long time. Joe Burrow was doing superhuman things in that pocket, man. He broke out of so many sacks and so many plays that should have been taken down behind line of scrimmage. There are at least like 4 screenshots of plays where he just has the guys like wrapped all around him in the backfield, like multiple like 300-pound defensive linemen. And the caption's always like, this play was a first down. And it's absolutely ridiculous. He did so many incredible escape artist like moves in that game, man. And Burrow carried the team to victory by only giving up 1 sack with his escapability from the pocket. Because if he didn't do that, it was probably going to be at least 5 sacks that game. At least. Like if Big Ben Roethlisberger was back there, like old Big Ben, that was at least a 5-sack game for the Kansas City Chiefs. And that makes a huge difference in that game. I mean, we saw what happened down the stretch for the Chiefs there when Mahomes started getting sacked over and over again. Then it was really interesting as well to see how hard the Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs fell off a cliff on offense. Because in the first half, they were red hot. They were scoring touchdowns every single drive. They went into the halftime up 21-3, and they also had the opportunity to go up 28-3. They had that goal line touchdown drive at the very last second there that did not get in. Yeah, Ben is ass. Absolutely. Gosh, you're so correct about that. He's terrible. Thank God he's retired, though. Quick sidebar. Who do we think Steelers are going to have a quarterback next season? Jimmy Garoppolo might be the guy, honestly. I think they're going to go after or at least do their research on guys like Aaron Rodgers and, Deshaun Watson and Jimmy Garoppolo, but we'll see. Akash says in the comments, can't believe I get to say that. Pinch me, I'm dreaming. Oh, gosh. Oh, you. He's very excited that Big Ben retired. I am too, though. I really am. I think it's time for the organization to move forward. I mean, honestly, he was a bottom 5 starting quarterback in the NFL by the time the season ended. The arm strength was gone. His ADOT was like 2 yards. Every single 3rd and long, I felt like I watched, the ball was going underneath the sticks, below the change. It was terrible. Akash says they're going to end up with Tyrod or something. Good luck. Dude, I swear to God, if they end up with Tyrod Taylor at quarterback, I'll be very upset. But literally all I want right now, all I keep saying every day is as long as it's not Mason Rudolph or Dwayne Haskins going for the starting job, I'll be happy. And that is very true. They are so terrible. They are not good. Haskins has a higher ceiling because he has a better arm strength, but Rudolph is a better like processor, I guess, but he's still not good. They're both really bad. They're both backup level quarterbacks. And I think if the Steelers roll them out there as a quarterback competition, they are for a decade of immense pain and suffering. So I think we really need to go out there, do our homework. Excuse me, it's still early for me, I guess, guys. I think Kenny Pickett from Pitt is also a decent option in the draft. I also like Matt Corral a lot. Mitch Trubisky, I mean, yeah, I like Mitch. He's not bad. But, I mean, to be honest, I personally would much rather have a one-year bridge gap guy, like a Teddy Bridgewater or something, or Jimmy Garoppolo, and then wait for the 2023 draft class and then spend up and try to trade up for a top-tier quarterback prospect. Because, I mean, eventually you're going to have to rip out that bandage and go for the franchise guy, right? I mean, you're not going to win Super Bowls going from bridge gap quarterback to bridge gap quarterback. It's just not the way it works. So I think eventually I'm going to want them to draft a guy. This year, I don't think is the year, though. I mean, if they do draft one, cool. I think Matt Corral is decent. I think Kenny Pickett's decent. I think Sam Howell's decent. But I'm not a huge fan of any of those guys. I mean, I still have to do my film research. But from what I've heard, I don't know. We're picking 20th. I don't really know how many top guys are going to be available there anyway. But it's going to be interesting. We have another question from Akash here. Laviska Shenault or Gabriel Davis in Dynasty? I'm going to go Gabriel Davis personally. I really don't like Gabe Davis that much, as I mentioned on yesterday's show. But Laviska is interesting. I just don't know if I'm going to spend so much time waiting on a miracle to happen there in Jacksonville. I think he is very talented, don't get me wrong, but I just haven't seen anything from him the last 2 years. And Gabriel Davis has at least shown nice flashes. And in the playoffs, we saw a monster game. So I'll take Gabe Davis currently. Also, for a sell high, I would also like Davis. As far as like straight up value goes, Gabe is worth more. So obviously, I would prefer him on my roster, 100%. 100%. Akash said I'm not enough of a Gabe disliker. Dude, I really don't like him. I really don't. But I don't think Visca is worth that much more than him at all. Personally, I like the situation for Gabe Davis more, even though it's not the best. I think I like it more than Shenault, but that's okay. Moving on here. So Super Bowl matchups, guys. It's going to be the Bengals and the Rams. I think the Rams obviously have a team advantage, especially on defense. I think on defense, I think the Rams are a good matchup for Cincinnati, and as far as defensive schemes go, because Jalen Ramsey can completely take away Jamar Chase. Well, not take away. I mean, he's going to get his still, but he's going to be taken away enough to where the LA Rams don't have to double team Jamar Chase every play. Don't have to worry about him getting doubled. So they can focus more of the energy on T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. And T. Higgins has been a problem for teams who have been trying so hard to key in on Jamar Chase. We saw it with the Chiefs last week. They put up over 100 receiving yards with T. Higgins. And Tony Romo kept saying, if you're watching the broadcast, T. Higgins is the key to the Bengals winning this football game. And it was absolutely true. Higgins really, really was the motor for the offense for the Cincinnati Bengals, especially with C.J. Uzomah going out with an apparent knee injury. He got some MRIs after the game, and it looks like they came back pretty clean, so that's great. Gabe Davis is McCole Hardman. He could be, Cameron. He could be. I don't know. I mean, honestly, but is McCole Hardman that bad? I mean, he's better than Laviska Shenault, in my opinion. Not in Dynasty at all. But as far as, I think, season value, I mean, who had a better season this year, McCole Hardman or Laviska Shenault? I feel like Visca didn't do anything, personally. Not too sure, though. But Super Bowl-wise, I think the Rams match up with the Bengals really well on defense. Marcus Valdez-Scantling is a great example as well, absolutely, for Gabe Davis. But I think the Rams front seven is going to give Joe Burrow fits as long as he doesn't do some magician act again this week, which he could. I don't know. Joe Burrow's a great player. But Aaron Donald, Dante Fowler, Von Miller, those guys are going to give Joe Burrow nightmares. They're going to have him like Sam Darnold seeing ghosts in the pocket. And Jalen Ramsey's going to take away Jamar Chase. I think it's a big matchup for the Rams on defense side. I think they have a huge advantage there. And then obviously the Rams offense is very good. So Matthew Stafford's been a bit turnover prone down the stretch here. And he's been doing that for the end of his career recently, but that's okay. I think that they're going to have enough success with the run game with Cam Akers, Henderson, and Sony Michel. They have a nice three-headed monster back there. Cooper Kupp's going to get his. They have some good cornerbacks on Cincinnati. Chidobe what's his name? Awuzie. He's been really good this season, but I don't think he's good enough to take away Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp is incredible this year. I think that he's going to get a ton of points. Dante Fowler's a Falcon. Who was the other guy then? I'm stupid. Von Miller, Aaron Donald. Who's their third pass rusher? Who's their third guy? Gosh, let me know. I thought he was on the Rams. Oh well. Aaron Donald and Von Miller are still more than enough to give Joe Burrow a run for his money in the pocket, though. Absolutely. I think I'm going to take the Rams in that game straight up. I think it's -4 right now in Vegas for the Rams, which I think is a fair line. I honestly probably would like the line more at -3 because I do think this Bengals team has a ton of fight in them, and this game will absolutely be close in my opinion. I do not think this is going to be a blowout by any means because Cincinnati Bengals, Leonard Floyd, that's who it is, Leonard Floyd, Aaron Donald, and Von Miller. Those are the three big Rams pass rushers. But I think the Rams defense matches up with the Bengals too well for me not to take the Bengals from a team picking standpoint. But quarterback play goes, I mean, I think Joe Burrow's been hotter recently than Matthew Stafford's been. I think he's been better than Matthew Stafford's been recently. So it's going to depend between those two guys who you prefer as far as QB talent. I personally am going to lean with the LA Rams offense as well as the defense, just because I think, I mean, you got a good three-headed running back trio to pair up with Odell Beckham and Cooper Kupp, and Matthew Stafford's been playing pretty well recently. But Joe Burrow has better weapons, and he's been hotter recently. So, I mean, I think these offenses honestly are pretty equal, but the defense, I'm going to give the edge to the Rams. So, with that being said, I think I'm going to take the Rams as my Super Bowl prediction here. I think it's going to be a really close game, and I think it's going to be a really good game. But the thing is can the LA Rams hold off Joe Burrow and keep him from going red hot nuclear level quarterback play? Because we've seen him do that this entire playoff run. He's been extremely hot, and he's been finding ways to win. And that's the way the Cincinnati Bengals operate. I mean, so we saw yesterday or 2 days ago on Sunday, they were down big in the first half, came out in the second half, changed their entire defensive scheme, it seems like, to get the Chiefs ice cold. And then the Cincinnati Bengals offense figures it out at the same time, which is absolutely remarkable, honestly, from a coaching standpoint. They fixed everything in halftime. It was very, very impressive, in my opinion. Also, can we talk about what happened to Patrick Mahomes? He fell off a cliff in the second half, especially in overtime. They got the ball first. You're thinking, oh, they're going to go down the field and score here. No, not at all. Patrick Mahomes, they went 3 and out with an interception. Mahomes threw 3 very interception-worthy plays in a row. First play on a screen pass out in the flat to his running back or wide receiver. I forget who. It might have been Jerick McKinnon. Way over his head. Sailed it right over his head. And if the defensive back was more paying attention, he could have easily picked it off. Second play, another near interception play. I forget what happened exactly there. And then the third play, actually intercepted. Granted, it was a great play by the Bengals free safety, Jesse Bates. But, I mean, Mahomes, man, he blew that game really hardcore for the Chiefs there. And it was not a good sequence of events at all for that team or for his legacy, which is really sad for him because I am a big Mahomes fan. I personally think Mahomes is the most talented quarterback we've ever seen in the NFL. I know it's a hot take. I think he's extremely talented. I mean, he's been in the AFC Championship game at least in every single year of his first four career seasons as a starter, which is absolutely ridiculous. He's so good. But a quick sidebar. Do we think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to be the starting running back for the Kansas City Chiefs next season? It's been a season plagued by injury for Clyde. I think he's been a very good running back when he's been on the field still. But I do think that Jerick McKinnon and Darrell Williams are going to have their fair share. If Jerick McKinnon stays around, I think his contract is up, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's a 1-year deal. Meanwhile, Darrell Williams, though, I think he's with the team long term still. So Clyde and Darrell, I think, are going to have a bit of a split. But I do think Clyde's still going to be viable for fantasy football. I think he's going to be a flex play, not an RB2, not an RB1. I think he's going to be like a flex play kind of guy with RB2 upside. But I don't think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to be a world breaker next season at all. Akash says in the chat, his legacy will be fine when he gets to the AFC Championship game next year. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Cameron says, no on CEH. It's a timeshare. Yeah, it might be a timeshare. It might be him getting a lead back while getting supplemented by guys like Darrell Williams. I honestly think that in the beginning of the season when he was playing full games, he looked good when he was healthy. He went out. He still has that low center of gravity. He pinballs off people. He's a nice change of pace back. I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a good NFL running back with great receiving profile, but they just don't give him the ball in the passing game very much. And we saw Jerick McKinnon get heavily utilized in the passing game in the playoffs for the Chiefs. A lot more check down style offense, a lot more attacking the flats on offense. So I'm going to be very interested to see what happens for Clyde Edwards-Helaire next season in the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, guys, we got some water real quick, and we're going to move into our next segment, 2020 rookie redraft. Guys, hang on one second. All right, we are back. Let's go back into the 2020 Dynasty rookie redraft here. Not redraft, Dynasty rookie draft. I'm going to pull up this ADP over here from this website, Dynasty Rookie Draft ADP. All right, as you can see, guys, at the time, the 101 was Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That turned out to be a huge mistake. 102 was Jonathan Taylor. 104 was Jerry Jeudy. 105 was DeAndre Swift. Oh, well, sorry. It's just average. So number 1 was Clyde. Number 2 was Taylor. Number 3 was Jerry Jeudy. Number 4 was Swift. Number 5 was J.K. Dobbins. Number 6 was CeeDee Lamb. Number 7 was Cam Akers. Number 8 was Justin Jefferson. Number 9 was Henry Ruggs III. That's a big yikes. Number 10 was Jalen Reagor. Number 11 was Joe Burrow. Number 12 was T. Higgins. Number 13, or first pick in the second round, Brandon Ayuk. The 202 was Antonio Gandy Golden. The 203 was Tua Tagovailoa. The 204 was Denzel Mims. The 205 was Zach Moss. The 206 was Laviska Shenault. The 209 was Justin Herbert. The 210 was Michael Pittman Jr. The 211 was KJ Hamler. The 212 was Bryan Edwards. Some more players down deeper here. We had Antonio Gibson in the third round. We had Joshua Kelly in the third round. Jordan Love in the third round. Chase Claypool in the third round. Cole Kmet in the third round. Van Jefferson in the third round. And that's about it, guys. I'm going to go through the first 24 picks here for you guys on the rookie redraft. It's going to be very, very fun. Akash said, I'm good to hop on for the 2020 redraft. Excellent. I will share you the invite in your Twitter DMs real quick, guys. Akash is going to be joining us for the redraft, which is going to be very fun. We can go picks back and forth. I'm not too sure if I want to do a super flex or a 1 QB redraft here. I think we're going to go for a super flex for a more typical Dynasty fantasy football format for you guys. I think it's going to be really interesting to see where these quarterbacks go off the board relative position to the running backs and wide receivers, because there are some very high-end running backs and wide receivers in this class as well. Akash, check your Twitter DMs. I just sent you the link to the StreamYard, so make sure you hop in here in just a second. It's going to be very interesting. I think that we the 101 and 102 are most likely going to be quarterbacks for Superflex here, and then we're going to have some running backs go off the board, some wide receivers. This class ended up being absolutely loaded with guys. I mean, Jonathan Taylor, Swift, Jefferson, Burrow, Herbert. I mean, talk about studs. Higgins, Claypool, Gibson. I mean, this class was incredible, top to bottom. Seriously incredible. Such good depth all around. How are we doing it? No, we don't have a sleeper league for it, Akash. We're just doing we're just gonna go with our picks one by one, and we're just gonna put it in the chat over here on StreamYard so we can see our picks. And then I have the ADP pulled up right here to help us give a sheet of the players. So whenever he gets in here, we're gonna start with the redraft, guys. While we're waiting for Akash, let's talk more about some Pittsburgh Steelers stuff with their quarterback situation. Should they draft a quarterback or do a free agency bridge gap quarterback situation? I honestly don't really know which I prefer at this time. I think it's going to come down to the NFL draft process, how the combine goes for the top rookies, how the pro days go for the top rookies, how the draft board shakes out with mock drafts, and what direction everyone thinks they're going to go with rookies in the draft. But right now, I think I prefer, honestly, a free agency bridge gap quarterback, and then from there, drafting a guy next year. Akash is here. Hello, handsome.
What's up?
Not much, dude. All right. Do you want the first pick or the second pick? I really don't care.
First pick.
All right, bet. You want to do super flex or 1 QB?
Super flex.
All right, bet. So with the 101, is going to be going to Akash with the first pick in the 2020 rookie Dynasty redraft. Who are you taking?
Super flex, I'll go with Herbert.
Justin Herbert coming off the board with the 101. Totally understandable. Do you think he has a better long-term future in Dynasty than Burrow?
I just have him higher, and he's produced more to this point, so it seems pretty easy to me.
Fair enough. All right, I'll have the
because we're redrafting in 2020, right? Not right now. We get the first 2 years of their career.
What?
Do we get their first 2 years of their career? We're going travel back in time to 2020, not just picking for.
No,
right now.
I'm thinking like knowing what we know now. Who would you pick?
Yeah, knowing what we know now, but
we're going back in time to 2020.
Yeah, so that we get the production for 2020 and 2021 too.
Okay, I don't really think that moves the needle for me very much, but that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, it'll change for a guy like Cam Akers, who didn't produce anything but still carries value because we expect production in the future, right?
That's fair. All right, so the 101 is going to be Justin Herbert. For me, I'm taking Joe Burrow with the 102. Big surprise. I'm keeping a track of the draft board in the chat on StreamYard, Akash. All right, you're on the clock with the 103, my good man. Who are you going?
I'm going with Jefferson.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson coming off the board with the 103. That's an interesting one. So he's, probably the Dynasty wide receiver 1 right now. Isn't it crazy? Okay, it's pretty crazy, though, that the Dynasty RB1 for most people and the Dynasty wide receiver 1 for most people were both in this draft.
Yeah, this was a really good draft.
Really good draft. So I mean, I'm on the clock with the 104, and this pick's going to be a smash for me. I'm taking Jonathan Taylor here at the 104. Clear-cut Dynasty RB1 in my opinion. And I probably would have taken Jonathan Taylor at the 103 just because of the scarcity of running back in fantasy football. Long-term, especially in Dynasty, I want to have that valuable long-term Dynasty RB1 asset. But I totally understand Akash taking Justin Jefferson for the longevity.
Yes.
All right, you're on the board, on the clock with the 105 here.
I'm gonna go with, if I'm not missing anyone, DeAndre Swift.
DeAndre Swift taking off the board at the 105. Crazy, man. That's another top 3 Dynasty running back right there in the same draft class. All right, I'm on the clock at the 106 here. Let me take a look at the draft board. I'm not too certain who I'm going to take here, honestly.
I know who you can take.
Ooh.
It'd be a pretty easy pick.
Well, that makes it seem like it's really hard, really easy for me. So hopefully I don't screw this up. There's 2 guys I'm definitely in between here. I think I'm going to go with tough one, actually. I don't know why. Yeah. I'm going to go with Antonio Gibson, personally. I don't know.
Okay.
Who would you have taken there? I mean, you're up next, so you'll be able to get him.
Higgins.
Okay, that's fair. I still prefer CeeDee Lamb over Higgins, but I know you do not.
Yeah.
So T. Higgins
totally you get Lamb falling to you, so it works out.
So T. Higgins going off the board for you at the 107?
Yeah.
All right, so here's how our draft board looks right now. Justin Herbert 101, Joe Burrow 102, Justin Jefferson 103, Jonathan Taylor 104, DeAndre Swift 105, Antonio Gibson 106, T. Higgins 107, and I'm on the clock with the 108, and I will be taking CeeDee Lamb at the 108s.
Seems viable. Nice one.
Thank you. Who you got at the 109 here, sir?
Who is available?
There's still some pretty good players left.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at your ADP.
Plenty of good ones. There's Claypool, Jefferson, Kmet. You got Dobbins, Akers.
Yeah. And then
Tua. That's
what I was thinking.
Don't forget Jalen Hurts too.
Nah. I might forget about him. It's I don't know. I think I might go with Akers or Dobbins here.
Which one got pick?
Or Ayuk. Man, that's tough. I'm
anxiously waiting your answer.
We're living the 0 RB lifestyle, right? So say fuck it and go with Ayuk.
All right, I like it for me because I would not have taken Ayuk there. All right, 110. I'm smashing J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins is a huge Dynasty buy for me. He was one of my favorite prospects coming out. Loved his film, and I think he's going to have a huge season next year for the Baltimore Ravens, coming off only a torn ACL. I think
it's a good pick.
J.K. Dobbins at the 110 for me. 111, you're back on the clock here, my good man.
I'll go with Akers.
Cam Akers coming off the 111 here. All right, I got 2 picks in a row here at the 112 and 101. No, actually, no, I don't. We're not going to do that. I'll go 112. You go 201. All right, let's see who's left. We got Clyde left. We got Ayuk's gone. Claypool's still there. Tua's still there. I think I'm going to take Tua Tagovailoa here with the 112. And it's super flex. I think that's good value.
That is good value.
All right, you're on the clock with the 201 here, sir.
Let's see who we're rocking with.
A little bit more thin. Sorry, I said it's starting to get a little thin.
It is, but he has good value, even if I'm not a big believer in him. And he's had good production so far, like production over replacement. So I think I'm just going to bite the bullet, unless I'm missing someone, and go with Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, I mean, I liked it. I was actually going to consider it with my next pick. I liked it. Jalen Hurts in a super flex and a redraft right there is a great value, in my opinion, especially with his rushing upside.
Yeah.
202, I'm back on the clock. I'm going to bite the bullet here and take a guy that used to be way higher in ADP. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
All right. Well, I know who I'm picking then. That makes my decision a
Go
lot easier.
ahead.
Unless I'm missing someone, Pittman seems like a steal.
Yeah, he was going to be
also a good wide
next
receiver
pick.
too. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, I like that. And I'm going to bounce right back here at the 204 and take Chase Claypool.
Yeah, nice one.
I like him, as you know. All right, 205 are flying here down the draft board. Who you got here at the 205?
Looking at a couple guys.
Henry Ruggs.
Huh?
No. Henry Ruggs?
No, you've lost your mind. I think I'm gonna go with AJ Dillon here.
All right, AJ Dillon, I like it.
Yeah.
Do you think he has high upside in Green Bay going forward?
I think he can be a fine RB too. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we could see a bit of like Chubb Kareem Hunt.
I don't know if it was like. I think we're gonna have more than like Nick Chubb level receiving, which is the key to becoming like an RB1 instead of an RB2. But he seems like he's been a good rusher both years. He'll keep earning more work. He's done so every year. But yeah, it's gonna be more of a 50-50 split between him and Jones.
Yeah, I think it'll be a pretty even split as well. All right, coming up here to the 206, I got Cole Kmet, tight end for the Chicago Bears. I think it's pretty good value here down all the way at the 206. Up next to you at the 207 here, we're starting to run out of players fast, my man.
Yep. Let's see what we got here. We are running out of players. That is tough.
We really are running out of players.
Let's see then. Looking at who's gone so far and who is yet to go.
Our draft board so far, for a recap, it's Herbert, Burrow, Jefferson, Taylor, Swift, Gibson, Higgins, Lamb, Ayuk, Dobbins, Akers, Tua, Hurts, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Pittman Jr., Claypool, AJ Dillon, and Cole Kmet. In that order.
Yeah, man. I think I might just go with James Robinson. He's fallen far enough.
Okay. All right.
The Achilles injury, not great. And see what happens with him in his job. But I think he's shown enough through 2 years that when he's healthy, he should be fine. I don't think that he's gonna have some magical Cam Akers recovery, which was just insane and defied all odds. But I don't think he's gonna be like Donta Foreman and wash out of a league and get cut by multiple teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somewhere in the middle.
All right, 208. I have a pick I'm pretty happy with here, honestly. I'm going to take Laviska Shenault with 208 right here. He's just sitting there.
It's a good one. So you agree with me that you like Viska more than Gabe Davis?
I forgot about Gabe Davis. He's not even on my chart, I don't think.
That's tough. Well,
There's a few players here that aren't even on my ADP. So
I'll give you a do-over
just
so I can get Viska.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Okay, it's your loss. Okay. I'm simply just gonna have to pick Gabe Davis here then, I guess.
Gabe Davis coming off the board at the 209 here. Very interesting. 210. I'm going to take a value here, especially in Superflex. I'm going to go with Jordan Love, sitting here at the 210. That's a good one. I think pretty much panned out exactly what we thought for Jordan Love. He's going to get his shot next season, probably, if Aaron Rodgers is gone. So I'm totally fine taking him here. All right, up to you with the 211 here, sir. Last pick for you, second to last pick of the entire redraft. Who you got?
Oh man, we're gonna have to stop eventually. That's all right. That's fine. I'm gonna go with let's see. I think this guy slipped through the cracks a bit.
Okay.
I would have picked him earlier if I saw him. But yeah, Mooney hasn't gone yet, right?
Wow, yeah, you're right.
I didn't notice, and so I guess I get it as a steal.
There you go, Darnell.
I would have picked him above Viska and Gabe for the record, and James Robinson for the record.
Is. All right, here with the 212, my last pick of the draft is going to be a guy by the name of Van Jefferson. I'm a big fan of Van's, low-key. I think he's a good player, and I think eventually he'll get more opportunities based off of departures from the LA Rams at wide receiver. So, Dynasty, I'll take Van Jefferson here.
It's a good pick this late, yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna pick Van Jefferson until I realized Mooney hadn't gone yet. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I have no idea how Mooney didn't go. But recap for the draft here, guys. 101, Justin Herbert. 102, Joe Burrow. 103, Justin Jefferson. 104, Jonathan Taylor. 105, DeAndre Swift. 106, Antonio Gibson. 107, T. Higgins. 108, CeeDee Lamb. 109, Brandon Ayuk. 110, J.K. Dobbins. 111, Cam Akers. 112, Tua. 201, the 112 to 201 turn, both quarterbacks. Tua and Jalen Hurts. 202 is going to be the Clyde Edwards-Helaire. How the mighty have fallen from the 101 to the 202. Pittman Jr. go down to the 203. Claypool at the 204. A.J. Dillon at the 205. Cole Kmet at the 206. James Robinson at the 207. Laviska Shenault at the 208. Gabe Davis at the 209. Jordan Love at 210. Darnell Mooney slipping through the cracks at that extreme value 211. And Van Jefferson at 212. All right, that's all I had planned for today's show, so I think it's time to wrap.
Leave a comment down below of who you think has a better team.
I'll probably tweet it out, actually, after this.
Okay, that's good. It's me, by the way.
It might be. We'll
It
see
should
what
be.
people decide. We'll see what the people decide. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching another episode of Good Morning Fantasy. I'll see you again tomorrow morning at 8:30 or wherever you're watching this replay. Thank you so much. Akash, bye to the people.
Bye, people.